here for round 6 of the season. In a race which was chaotic at Canada. I don't know how to describe what actually happened in this race, but we're going to go ahead with it. So, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's the lights out and away we go, and Lewis Hamilton has a really good start. Nico Rosberg also a good start, but Sebastian Vettel will remain ahead into turn 1. Hamilton almost wiping out his teammate Nico Rosberg, but we will continue along with this race. We're going to obviously fast forward a bit as we're on lap 1. Lap 2 is the first bit of drama really in this race. But Vettel leads from Hamilton, Rosberg 3rd, over Verstappen 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Raikkonen 6th, Massa 7th. As how we stand right now in the race, and Verstappen had a little look on Rosberg but decided to back out. And Hamilton had the move, but Vettel remains ahead. Raikkonen is now up to P5 in this Grand Prix. And lap 2 we are. Vettel pulling away, Hamilton 2nd, 3rd Rosberg, 4th Verstappen, 5th Raikkonen, 6th Ricciardo, 7th Massa, 8th Bottas, 9th Perez, 10th his teammate Hulkenberg. I think that's the standings as we stand in this race. But we will continue along in the second lap of this Grand Prix, as we see Max Verstappen go for a move on Nico Rosberg, and Max Verstappen makes a new move on Nico Rosberg into the hairpin. Raikkonen is now losing Daniel Ricciardo. Massa again Massa overtaken Daniel Ricciardo, sorry. And it's... And we have a weird glitch here, because Ricciardo goes from ultra softs into... Anyway, that's not what we're looking at. We are looking at this crash here between the two Renaults, and Danny Kvyat as they go into the wall on lap 2 of this Grand Prix. And the two Saubers are now getting held up. It's a shambles. This is still green flag somehow. There's no safety car here, which is crazy that there's no safety car. It's crazy. They're all going again now, but no safety car is crazy. And we have Kimi Raikkonen. And what happened to Kimi Raikkonen here? We're going to try to find out what happens to Kimi Raikkonen. And we're going to ride on board with Raikkonen into turn 1 on the start of lap 3. He gets past Daniel Ricciardo. He's looking for the move from Rosberg. Rosberg's shoving him. Rosberg's not giving him much room. And we go into turn 1, and Rosberg and Raikkonen just collide. And Raikkonen is going to lose all them places now. Contact between Raikkonen and Rosberg. It's early in the race still, but that's what's happened so far this race. As Verstappen is now all over the back of Lewis Hamilton, and he goes for the move on Lewis Hamilton, and he makes the move on Lewis Hamilton. No, sorry, that was not Lewis Hamilton, that was Nico Rosberg. And Hamilton now on lap 4. Lap 4, Hamilton and Vettel remain so they're really pulling away from Max Verstappen and Nico Rosberg. As round the final corner, on to lap 5 we go. And Hamilton is looking for the move, but Hamilton cannot get the move. Vettel remains to defend well. Vettel doing everything he can to defend as we come into the end of lap 5. About to go into lap 6, Hamilton makes the move ahead, but Vettel gets back ahead after the chicane. And on to lap 6 of 70 we go. On to lap 6 of 70 we are. Coming up to 10% through the Grand Prix. And continuing ahead we go. On lap 6 around the hairpin. And Hamilton makes a move again, going in. Vettel will remain it. Vettel will stick it round the outside, and Vettel makes a move as we go on to lap 7 of this Grand Prix. On to lap 7 of this Grand Prix. In lap 7, Vettel will remain to try to pull ahead. And going into this race, Nico Rosberg was 12 laps, no sorry, not 12 laps, 12 points ahead. And Vettel taking a little bit of grass. But down the straight we go. Vettel looks to the inside, Vettel makes a move around the inside this time. And we're a tenth of the way through the race on lap 8 now. Lap 13 is the next point of interest in this race. For lap 8 we continue. And Hamilton continues to try to look for the move on Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton wants to make a move on Sebastian Vettel on lap 8. As we go round the hairpin, which will become a bone of contention for a couple of drivers in this race, the hairpin. It's going to become somewhere where, for some drivers specifically, it's going to become a bit of a nightmare, as Max Verstappen is now on P3, Felipe Massa, Nico Rosberg P4 and 5, P6 Valtteri Bottas, 7th is Sergio Perez on lap 9, and then number 14 Fernando Alonso is P8. We go back to the leaders on lap 9, I think this is of the Grand Prix. I cannot remember. I think I said lap 9. I hope this is lap 9. As Hamilton continues to look for a move if he can, but he can't. And round the chicane we go. Vettel continues to try to pull away from Sebastian Vettel. Once again we go into the hairpin, we're going onto the back straight. Lewis Hamilton will have DRS down this double DRS zone. First part of the DRS zone is the straight. Hamilton pulls ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Vettel though, he doesn't want to back out, he goes for a move into the chicane and he makes a move into the chicane. Hamilton will obviously have DRS again. Down, stop, finish straight. As we go on to lap 10 of this Grand Prix, and Hamilton's starting to drop back a little bit now. Hamilton's starting to drop back, Sebastian Vettel pulling away a little bit. Hamilton surely Lewis Hamilton will regain. Can't be any question about that. Hamilton really been the main competitor against Vettel so far this season. Nico Rosberg, second, third, fourth. Nico Rosberg in 5th so far in this group. Hamilton is back, caught up to Sebastian Vettel again. The Mercedes with a lot more straight line speed, as we are on lap 10 in this Grand Prix. As we all continue to try and go a little bit faster through this. Vettel once again making the move into the chicane. And onto lap 11 we are. Chicane is really where everything happens in these races. And lap 11 around the chicane, Vettel remains ahead once again. And we'll just double check that it's not this lap where... Not this lap. But we are gonna look back at this battle for a little bit. So I feel it is around here where we're gonna have some drama. And one of the Williams out of the pits. We are going to continue to ride on board with Nico Hulkenberg as we're on lap 12. We're going to be on lap 13 next. A train of cars here. And it might be this lap. Is it this lap? No, it is next lap. So we are on lap 12 going on to lap 13 now. And Hulkenberg continues to pull away the cars ahead, and we're going to go back to normal speed now, as we can see, Nico Hulkenberg picks up a puncture in sector 2, and this is going to cause a lot of slowing down. Carlos Sainz, Valtteri Bottas, I think that Kimi Räikkönen is now catching up. And is that 2 cars taken from wing damage? 2 cars take from wing damage as they try to overtake Nico Hulkenberg, who has a flat tyre, and we're coming into the not the Monaco hairpin, the Canada hairpin now. And Hulkenberg parks it on the hairpin, and Esteban Gutierrez, who just drove into the back. And again, Gutierrez into the back of Nico Hulkenberg, and it's still green flag right now, but they're both going slow now. And we have got a full course safety car out now in this Grand Prix. We've got a full course safety car now. And this is interesting as 1, 2, 3. And now we have... Where is... No, that is not. With Sebastian Vettel, who is down in 1, 2, 3, 5. P5 for Sebastian Vettel now, after pitting, and we have a full course safety car. And we have... we have... Now, I do not want to sound crazy, but we have 16 drive-thrus for speeding under safety car. And obviously we're on lap 14, but lap 16 is where this race gets spicy. So we're going to ride on board with the Salvers. It looks as if it's starting to... This is when it starts to rain as well. As you can see on a lot of the cars now, there is rain on the cars. Now is it this lap or next lap? And is it this Sauber or the Sauber behind? I'm going to just check which Sauber it is. Both Saubers stay out, as Valtteri Bottas is in the pits. And on to lap 15, I think this is now. As we can see with the Williams behind, nobody's going on to the intermediate tyres yet in this race. They feel it's not time for intermediates as of yet in this race. And we will continue to just skip through the safety car a bit. Now a few cars starting to lose a little bit of grip. And I think this is possibly the moment. And now we are starting to get a lot of cars coming in the pits, as we'll ride on board with the Sauber, who puts on Inter's intermediate tyres. This will be a measure for if this is the point. And it is. This is the moment that happens. We do see a disqualification here for Marcus Ericsson of the Sauber team. Marcus Ericsson has received a disqualification. And we're trying to find someone who can show the disqualification. But it does not seem like we can find it here. We cannot find it here, which is unfortunate that we cannot find the disqualification of Marcus Ericsson, but a game glitch, as I made a YouTube short of. You can go and find that for yourself. Yeah, pretty much the game glitch causes him to spin around and he gets disqualified for it. And will more people come into the pits? Yes, everyone seems to be coming into the pits now. Going on to the intermediate tyres, which is by far clearly the choice now for everyone. People just trying to warm their tyres up on the safety car. But Daniel Ricciardo will lead after the safety car. And I'm starting to lose what lap we're on now. And this is Lewis Hamilton here. Daniel Ricciardo, and is this about to happen? No, this is not the moment that happened. So we have a Red Bull leading. And this could, I think this is lap 20 on either 19 or 20 now. We're on. If not earlier. And goes Daniel Ricciardo. And Ricciardo starting to try to pull away from Lewis Hamilton and his teammate Max Verstappen now. And on lap 21 there is some interesting antics from the game again on lap 21, which I wish I got another video of, because I feel with what happened to Marcus Ericsson we are going to be unable to get a video of it. But through goes quite a few of the drivers who received drive-through penalties. And what happens here? I did not notice this in my notes, but Lewis Hamilton locks up on the pit exit. How do you lock up on the pit exit? That's interesting. A lock up on pit exit. Going on to, I think, lap 21 now. And if this is lap 21, then I do know what happens. No, I think this is lap 20. This is either lap 20 or 21. This is lap 20, but it looks... or 19 maybe. Would be lap 19 actually. We were trying to find the shambles. This is either 20 or 21. We'll find out in a second. As we ride on board with Daniel Ricciardo. And this happens as well for Lewis Hamilton, and both of them have been disqualified for going the wrong way on track. Now this game glitch is... this is a weird game glitch. Just caused two cars to get disqualified. That's... I have no idea how to describe what just happened. My brain is broken. But at least we know that is lap 21 of the Grand Prix. We're on going on to lap 22 with Nico Rosberg now. No, sorry, Sebastian Vettel, who has opened up a massive gap with the drive-through penalties now. Sebastian Vettel, with the drive-through penalties really falling into his favour, is going to start pushing on lap 22. That's lap 37 before we get the next big impact. So we're on lap 23 now. And we're going to go to lap 37. Lap 23 onto 24 now, onto the wet goes. The mixed conditions race. Onto lap 25. And now this is just going to be boring going through. Onto lap 26. Onto 27. More laps to go. 28. Lap 29 of 70 for Sebastian Vettel. This lap. Yeah, I know who we need to be keeping. This is who we need to be keeping an eye on for the next big event of this race. And now we just sit through. Skipping ahead, fast forwarding. I am unable to remember what lap the event happens on. This isn't the main event, but we'll ride on board with Nico Rosberg, the man who we are trying to beat in this championship. But a lock-up from Nico Rosberg into the hairpin, that's a sign of bad things to come for Nico Rosberg. As everyone seems to be on the intermediates now, including race leader Sebastian Vettel, so everyone has gone back to intermediates now. Nico Rosberg does start having not a great race moving forward. As we see once again, Rosberg just locking up into the hairpin. He's struggling in these conditions. Is not able to get the best out of the car as he locks up again. And you can see again, Nico Rosberg just constantly locking up. Something is not right in this Mercedes today, Canada. And again, lock up. I don't know how many times Rosberg is locked up now, but he is just non-stop locking up. Please don't say this. What is wrong with Rosberg? Why does he keep locking up? Dodge Alex. Okay, I finally found it. Lap 37. Lap 37, I found it. Dodge, I'll explain how I commentate my own league race afterwards. And into the wall goes Rosberg after locking up massively into the hairpin. And does Rosberg have damage? Rosberg has no front wing left. And Rosberg has lost his front wing now. And locking up into the pits goes Nico Rosberg. And is that a slow stop front? No, it's a slow front right. Strange. And everyone seems to be in on the dry tyres now. Everyone has gone to ultra soft apart from race leader Sebastian. And we're going to continue going through. Not really much apart from Felipe Massa and Nico Hülkenberg having a good battle. And we're going to watch Kimi Raikkonen for a while. As Raikkonen at this point is the fastest man on track by a mile. At this point, Raikkonen is by far the fastest driver. Locked on the car. So, standings as it is. Sebastian Vettel leads, Max Verstappen second, Felipe Massa third, Nico Hülkenberg fourth, Kimi Raikkonen fifth, sixth Sergio Perez, seventh Julian Palmer, eighth Fernando Alonso, ninth Valtteri Bottas, 10th Carlos Sainz, 11th Nico Rosberg, 12th. Never mind. 10th Dani Kvyat, 11th Nico Rosberg, 12th Carlos Sainz, 13th Roman Grosjean, 14th Pascal Belli, 15th Magnussen, 16th Esteban Gutierrez, 17th Felipe Nasr. And we will continue around as we are over the halfway point in this race now. And this is going to be another short episode as not much really happens here today, apart from obviously the massive drive-thrus. Let's ride on board with Nico Rosberg for a while. If Rosberg continues to start locking more and more over. For some reason Rosberg seems confident in the dry here. As we can see, Kimi Raikkonen has really started to gain on those ahead of him. And Raikkonen is pretty much right behind Nico Hülkenberg now. And Raikkonen still fastest man on track, gaining and gaining on Nico Hülkenberg. Striking distance is expected to be in the next couple of laps. And we have been informed that we will be receiving more rain soon in this race. As you can see, the clouds coming in. The rain clouds are coming. Kimi Raikkonen continues to push and gain. Raikkonen not giving up at all. And the spits of rain are here. And we are on lap 50 and the rain has re-emerged. Lap 51. And how long is it until the until the inters are the choice to go for? How long until we will see intermediate tyres being the right choice? That is the question. And it still doesn't seem like it's time yet. And Vettel continues to push. As much as he can, he's catching up on Manos. He's got a rear line now. Is it time for... Is it time yet? And it is time on lap 54 of this Grand Prix going on to 55. It's time, and everyone is now coming in for the inters. And a 1.832 second stop from the Ferrari team. Sebastian Vettel. Everyone behind is also in the pits. Verstappen is now in the pits. And Vettel round turn 2 before Massa. So it's now Vettel, Verstappen, Massa and Raikkonen. Behind that it is Hülkenberg, Rosberg in P6. And now we know that we are once again in the wet. Is Rosberg going to be locking up? Rosberg a little bit. Rosberg cannot drive in the wet. He keeps locking up and you can just see the lockups he's having. And we continue to watch Raikkonen on his push to try to get Felipe Massa near the end of this race. And the question is, can he get Felipe Massa before? The hairpin looks to be when he gets closest, but he is getting closer and closer. There's no DRS, of course, now. But he is getting closer and closer to overtaking Felipe Massa. Will he make it a double podium for the Ferrari with Maranello today? And we will continue to push and push. Raikkonen, when will he make the move? When will he go for the E3 in this race? Will it be soon or not? That's the question. Will it be in the happen? No, it won't be in the happen. And there's the question of whether it's going to get to the point where the wets are the better tyre than the inters. And Raikkonen down the straight between corners. Raikkonen makes the overtake down the straight, which is between two corners. I'm not sure which corners they are on the track, but Kimi Raikkonen makes the overtake. And we are seeing just how far ahead Sebastian Vettel is, and how the gigantic gap here. Rosberg is in peace. But when will Sebastian Vettel decide? If he does, that it is time for the wet tyre. Not yet, it seems. It's surely a point now. Yes, he's gaining massively on the Inter's runners ahead of him, but overtaking P10 and P9 there, Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso, and he still doesn't say it's time yet. Racing down P8. Racing down P8 now. Is it time yet? It is time. Lap 64, and Sebastian Vettel decides it's time for the wets. And Verstappen's already on the wets. Same with Raikkonen. They all came in a lap earlier. So, standings now. Vettel, Verstappen, Raikkonen, Hulkenberg, Massa, Rosberg. We're going to ride on board with Rosberg for the rest of this race now. And another big lock-up in the wet from Nico Rosberg at the hairpin. And Rosberg just can't. This Mercedes is not built for the wet. Has he set up the car for the dry, not expecting it to be raining? And again, into the hairpin. There's a lot of lockups from Nico Rosberg. And next lap we're going to take a normal speed so we can see just how many lockups were average lap. And that was a big lockup into the hairpin. As we go down the straight, and this is a lap on board with Nico Rosberg. To count how many lockups he has. It's turn 1, a couple of moments of lockup there. Turn 2, front right lockup. So turn 1 and 2 are lockups from Nico Rosberg. Turn 3, no lockup through turn 3, or turn 4. Turn 5. Turn 6, a big front left lockup. Turn 7, nothing. Down into turn 8, no lockup through turn 8. Turn 9, no lockup there either. Now we go down into turn 10 and then the hairpin. Around turn 10, nothing because that's the straight. And now turn 11, the hairpin is a gigantic lockup. That is a massive lockup from Nico Rosberg. But we'll continue down into the last two corners. Down back straight. Now we're going to head into the Wall of Champions here. Will there be a lockup here? And there's a bit of a lockup down into the last corners. Nico Rosberg cannot keep the car from locking up here in the wet. I mean, well, he's locking up in he's locking up in half the corners on the track. And just in the wet, Nico Rosberg cannot get this car to perform. Again, and that's a massive lockup on the last lap of the Grand Prix into the back of Felipe Massa. And that was a gigantic lockup into the back of Felipe Massa. What does that mean to the front wing? That's half a front wing. That's an end plate missing for Nico Rosberg on the last lap of this Grand Prix. And we will see Sebastian Vettel coming down the back straight. Down the back straight into the last two corners, into the last section of corners. Round the last corners he goes. Nico Rosberg is in the pits repairing the front wing, even though it's over for him. And Sebastian Vettel wins in Canada. And that means Sebastian Vettel will extend his championship lead. Max Verstappen second, Kimi Räikkönen third, fourth is Nico Hülkenberg. So, the race results. After an hour and 42 minutes on track, Sebastian Vettel wins the Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, good drive for him, finishes P2. Kimi Räikkönen up to P3 for a double podium for Ferrari. Hülkenberg finished P4 with Massa finishing P5. Rosberg dropped down to P6 after a disappointing performance in the rain. P7, Valtteri Bottas. P8, Dani Kvyat. P9, Sergio Perez. Rounding off the top 10 is Fernando Alonso. 11th is Kevin Van Magnussen with Carlos Sainz in P12. Season best for Manor Racing's Pascal Wehrlein. He's up to P13. Roman Grosjean up to P14. Jolyon Palmer 15th. 16th is Felipe Nasr, and rounding off the ones who finished, Esteban Gutierrez, Rio Haryanto and Jenson Button both had early DNFs in the race. They both DNF'd. And Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton and Marcus Ericsson all did not finish. No, sorry, they all got disqualified due to the game. Advancing, Sebastian Vettel now has a 29-point cushion at the front of the championship over Nico Rosberg. Up goes. Evan Magnussen gets driver of the day, according to the things. Raikkonen up. Ferrari go to the top of constructors, 13 points ahead of Mercedes now. Williams up ahead of Force India by a point now. Now 60 to Force India.